Really quick, nothing long here. So I finished up most of the screen, so that way it wouldn't be on here too long. Keep this one out of trouble. When that camera comes on, there's your cue to get into nonsense and shenanigans, which you will not do. Yes, you will go right back, right back. Thank you. All right, when that camera comes on, it goes Mr. Shenanigans, which would have been an excellent name for you if I had known later on. All right. Well, first things first, my name is Kenneth Burr. My company is ILEG Technology Screens, and I'm just finishing up the screen here. Take some of this off of Mr. Tahoe. He seems to be really infatuated by this fabric. I don't know why. He's obsessed with it, so I'll give him some of it. I'm not going to use these little parts right here for it. I'll give him some of it. He'll be happy. Okay. I'll have this one. Here, tackle. This is this fabric. Here you go. See you. Wanted it so badly. God, this is yours. You can have some of that fabric for yourself. Make sure you got a stable gun. Oh, just about as stable. That's cool. That's just about out. This is nowhere done painted yet. It's enough to fit right out the door. My buddy will be by probably later on tomorrow, and we'll take it to his shop and we'll coat it in. Nowhere near done yet. Got the fabric finally attached to the surface and the frame. Middle piece for it because the wood that I bought is a very sturdy wood, and the brackets where you put the bracket system in requires it to have no middle frame piece in the middle. I learned something new. So we have a new business. It's 3. I'll be going down to IRS to pick up my new EIN number, DBA, and I'll be picking up my other business license from City Hall for my new computer business. So eventually I went out to Poconos, met up with a lot of people, showed them the PC, and got a bunch of orders for these flower PCs. Who knew, right? Online and apply for a lot of stuff. Alright, so we're just stapling down our ends so it looks neat in the back. That's what we're doing. Now Now, will these things be available online? Not likely, no. Likely, no. It's just, I decided to make it an offline business only. So that's what I'm going to do. But they will not be available online. I may see some of the build. No, I forgot. We're not done with those online. We have a whole new site we built for this thing. I guess they'll be on the site. So that's what we're doing. And we got some requests for particular builds. Now, people, like I said, they're involved with this whole setup. People get so confused and say, "Oh, it's got to have 50." No, it doesn't have to have all that in there. It's a basic machine. Surfing the internet, so don't like gaming. That's what they're designed for. That's all it is. And they like it because of the artwork. The artwork is different. Something where you don't have a boring PC just staring you in the face all day long. You got something that's different. And on top, as I said before, I got a buddy who has a 3D printing business, which again, we do not print out any form of licensed material because it's against the law to do this, which I've stated to them out there. People we're going to be doing business with, that we will not be printing any licensed material. We don't do that here. That's stealing. Some people get their feathers all in a bunch over that one. Well, it is what it is. It's stealing. Should not be doing it. It belongs to somebody else. All right. I know probably someone would think like, oh, we'll probably get like, I pay for those things at the end of the day. I didn't pay for attorneys to sue people for touching my stuff. I can imagine go mess with somebody else's stuff. So, yeah. That'd just be ignorant on somebody level. It's not funny. Alright, let's see. This side. Okay. Finish this up. I think he's happy with his little surface piece in there. We'll roll this up a little bit on this side. There we go. Should take a seat. I'm with you, right? Maybe this. You know, it's funny. I like it. I get the most interesting people in business to talk to from time to time. And a friend of mine was like, why do you waste your time on YouTube backing your stuff up? To what? To those people? They can't back their own stuff up. Because they know about these people already. Trust me, they know. I got a lot of people in the business world who have beaucoup cash and make good money, who run big companies, and they watch my channel and they see other people like, they can't back their stuff up. What do you care? At the end of the day, as long as you can back it up, you can come to any one of us to do business with. That's all that matters. And he's right on that. Why do any more backup? We're done. We're just going to do our mashups, which we've been doing, because again, we're still going to hold that crown on Facebook, on YouTube, or wherever social media site platform we land on, that our stuff is better. And we will challenge other people or other companies that if you feel the need that you think you're better than us, challenge my tech. That's all you got to do. Now, we know why you leave, because you know why because you can't. We can't do that. We already know that from the door. We've been through all your stuff already. So, yeah, he was right on that. He said, at the end of the day, why bother with them? Now, those people that are breaking the law, then they're doing dumb stuff and saying things you shouldn't be saying. We're going to make a lot of money off YouTube. We're not joking about that. I got an attorney coming in, and I got some people who have been scouring the nets, and they've been finding some very interesting content when individuals have been saying some things and doing some things you shouldn't be doing. Don't bother deleting. They have copies of all your stuff. So prepare for court. That's all you have to do now is just prepare for court. Because we are going to sue you on it. Because you said it, and you got you on camera saying it, and kind of hard to get around something that you're right on camera doing, you know, self-snitching on the highest form. So prepare for the lawsuits. But other than that, yeah, I'm making a lot of money off YouTube. I'm going to sue our haters. So, yep, there's that. And for those haters out there, at the end of the day, they're saying, "You'll never find me." I got somebody who'd like to have a nice conversation with you. I bet you $100 you can find me. I bet you can find me easily. So So unless you don't have any identification and you've been born in a hospital and you basically are completely off the grid on every level whatsoever, yeah, that's a different story. But other than that, yeah, you went to a hospital, you got prints and all that stuff, yeah, you're trackable. So forget all that nonsense. I don't know why people bother making fake accounts. That stuff doesn't work. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to bring in my crew for that. That's their job at the end of the day. And my job is to keep my mouth shut and let them do their job. And my job is to basically do what we do best. Make better product than everybody else and crush the competition on every level you can possibly think of. Alright, we'll finish this up. I got a thing to do. Get this done. Get a picture and take it over to him. He can go over and get his Canon ready for his thing. We're just gonna be using our gamer paint. We're using the gamer paint technology. Alright. I think this is the only side. Oh yeah, the side has it too. This page as well. I'm sleepers. What's that side going to finish? All these things. But yeah, I'm excited about my new PC business. That's gonna be fun. Got some requests that came in. You're gonna get it roughly around $3,000 a unit. Yep, $3,000 a unit. With my business wholesale license, start getting my parts. Got a few people I used to hook up with for computer parts, so all that ready to go. Now for some people thinking that, oh, it's just yeah, it comes with that flex system attached to it. That's why. They have flex screens on them. This one it has is attachment for a flex screen. Everyone's going to have it. So the new sun vision technology, that stuff is attached to it. But we're not selling them online. It's an offline product only. I don't even know how to go about shipping something that size. I don't know. I'm just going to keep it offline for a while. That's what I'm going to do. So. Pretty much it. Alright, let's see. Bottom half should be easy to do. Now, this to the side. Yeah. Tablecloth. So we chose for our fabric tablecloth. Cost me roughly about $10 for the tablecloth. That's it. So the bed sheets, blankets, and everything with our product. Want to hear something interesting? We used to give out blackout cloth with our surface. Blackout cloth. So you would think that that'd be crazy to do, right? Give out a black surface with a black screen paint. But through all the testing we've done to our products, we can show that there's a massive difference between a black fabric and our technology. What I've never seen with the gray screen, I've never seen a gray screen give out a free gray surface. Like a free gray surface with their product. You know why? Because the gray surface would do the same thing the product would do. That's why they can't do that. That's what my buddies picked up on. He said, you guys give out a black cloth? I said, yeah. He said, don't you afraid somebody match? No, that's why we do the test demonstrations for black versus black. We test the fabric, should the fabric doesn't match our products, white levels. I've never seen a gray screen do that before. Give out a gray product, gray screen, with their gray paint for paint on surface. Why don't you do that? You know why you don't do it? It'll match, that's why. $7 surface with easy match, a $60 or $90 screen paint easily. That's why you never give out a gray surface. I noticed that. And there's no demonstration showing the difference between gray fabric and gray screen paint. I don't see any. Why isn't there any done at all, period? What is the difference between a gray surface? I mean, my cat's blanket right there, that can match a gray screen paint. Actually, that one's actually better than a gray screen paint right there. And then the one he lays in the other area, he makes his biscuits on, that one right there matches gray screen paints. So how come you'll never give out a gray screen fabric with your gray paints? That's the question I need to ask now. Alright, I'm going to bring this up. I think I'm going to staple this down here this way. Which is a little easier to bring this frame around. Simple question. Well, the question, simple question. How come? So if that's the case, go out and buy a gray surface and be cheaper. Right here. Easy to do it this way. I think that's a very interesting question. So, I'm going to make it a topic. How come gray screens don't give out gray surfaces with their products? Why? We do our black screens all the time with our surface. So now we have to ask that question. It's not just with gray screens, but anything gray. Anything gray, how come we never see that? Let's make it a topic now. For my other forum site, I built another forum site called Why Pay for Gray? That's what it's called. I think those of you who purchase those screens should be asking those questions, but I'm curious myself. We made gray a long time ago. Oh, it's like a 10-year-old product. And now she's older than that because it was out before I came out. So why pay for it? Let me turn my screen around. And we got it done pretty nicely. Without the little boomer. What if I could have enough room to turn this around? I don't think I do. I think we're 7 feet. Yeah, we're about 7 feet. So no, we're not doing it that way. It's not going to happen. Or we could get it in here. Hopefully. We got the one to back it up. We could have had it. We didn't have all this stuff in the way. We have to lay it down a bit. I'll put that in instead. Do it the way I did it the first time, how I got it done. You have to flip it over. That's what I have to do. And of course, Taco Toys will be in the way. There's everything in the center of the floor. Let's see. She did that work. There you go. That's it. Tablecloth. Pretty soon coated with our new technology. Gonna make that thing look absolutely beast. The size of my screen. Went to Home Depot, got myself some cheap wood. Oh, that wood wasn't cheap. Cost me $40 for that wood. But it's a different kind of wood. I can see. Get my camera lens up there a little bit there. It's a different wood. It's much thicker and much more sturdier. I can see the difference between the two and the ones I was using in the past. This is actually much better. And a tablecloth surface. The last time we did one out of a bed sheet. Now, for those people who are saying, well, you know what, I forgot about that. Who cares? I literally almost forgot about that. I said, who freaking cares? Well, I was sitting there saying, for those people who don't believe, I don't care. Look, that stuff is going to be contracted. I've got all my tests done, got my licenses, everything are finished. I'm about to get my other grant for my company, last thing I need. I'm good. That's all that matters. As long as it matters, we can walk in any place and show it off and show it works. That's all that matters. So, I don't care. Anyway, that's done. And now I got to get ready to start building my second website. Actually, sorry, third website for the new company. Our new company at the end of the day. And you naysayers can cry and whine about whatever. I don't care. I'm too busy to think about it. Other than that, well, for those you come on to enjoy, enjoy. For those you come on to complain, nobody cares. Gotta go.